Hi, my name is Skylar Robach, and this is the Module 7 video creation of the political dance and for Tampa Dance 201. So for mine, I'll kind of just walk you through kind of like what I envision the dance to be and like kind of portray my message. So my topic of protest that I chose was gender equality and women's rights. So I chose this because, like, as a female college student, doing marketing and advertising, I'm graduating and I'm looking to work in like the workforce. And a lot of women still face like social barriers in leadership positions, male-dominated fields, and like workplace environments. So for my dance, I wanted to kind of portray these like daily occurrences that like women, like we know we face them, and like society knows that women like faces these on daily occurrences, but nobody understands kind of how big of a deal it is than us. So I wanted to take a different perspective on showing this political issue by having my main lead dancer be a male. And kind of, I want the dance to kind of flow through like a normal day of just like an average adult male, like going to work, going into the office, just like walking down the street, like kind of all regular normal things, but have the male dancer be a man. And I want all the things that affect women daily that people may not think are that important, but they are, to the male dancing lead. So to walk you through my dance, basically, the dance would start off with the male lead dressed in a business suit, standing just like an average man going through a day. And I'm going to have like 9 backup dancers. And they're all going to be in neutral colors, kind of dancing freely along the stage, kind of as like background characters in my storytelling through this dance. The movements are going to be flowy and kind of going like naturally. And then eventually the lead dancer would like walk, like look like he's just kind of walking along the stage. And then the background dancers would start to dance and surround him and start pointing and laughing and whispering and like invading his personal space. But I see this as like the dancers like naturally kind of like, if he's like in the center of the stage, they're kind of just like dancing around him, like kind of mocking him with their facial expressions and judgment. And then the male lead's composure starts to diminish. He starts to be more sluggish and slow. His movements aren't as sharp. And as the dance continues, he would go through his normal day. And in a couple scenes, one scene, I would have the lead try to dance forward. But the background dancers are kind of pulling him back, like with his shirt, or like keeping him from going forward, kind of representing like barriers of a workplace and how like women can't do certain things just because of these like social normalities. And then another scene, I'd want the background dancers kind of mimic his movements, like they're making fun of him just doing normal things, and laughing, and they're kind of in it. They're dancing in like a joking freely way, while he is so much more aware of his movements. And this, I want this to represent kind of safety, walking along the street, like you're so self-aware, and the representing like the unrealistic beauty standards that are often placed on women. And as the dance progresses, the lead's movements become slower, sluggish. His facial expressions turn from strong, happy to very sad and kind of very monotone and fake. And by the end of the dance, the lead is still wearing his white business suit, where all the other background dancers go from neutral colors to black. And this just signifies the just like it just visually symbolizes like the discrimination that women face and just the constant emotional drain and how they feel like kind of alone and just like living is such a spotlight on them. And then the lights would come off, the background music would fade, and all the music is all like instrumental. I took a lot of inspiration from the green light dance actually, because it really focused on more the music and like expressions of the dancers. And then towards the end of the dance, the lights would shut off, and then there would be like a spotlight on the stage, and the male dancer would kind of step forward, and then all the other lights of that row would turn on, and all the background dancers are now dressed in purple, like a light purple, and are revealed to be all women. So all 9 of the background dancers are women dressed in purple, and the one man is dressed just normal in a suit. And this kind of represents how much more often this occurs with women. And I kind of wanted to put this in, I wanted the lead to be a male, because women already understand what we go through, but men don't really understand how much it affects us. So having the male lead be a man and having them see from his perspective, oh, like I wouldn't want to be treated like that, to now realize that 9 out of 10 women, or like 8 out of 10 women, get treated like this on the daily, and only probably like 1 or 2 out of 10 men are treated like this. So it is such a higher percentage. But overall, my dance, I'd want to do like the role reverse, to highlight the challenges that women face with gender barriers, and through movement, costumes, and facial expression. I feel like the audience would see this from like a third person, like outside perspective of how gender inequality like really can affect a person's daily life. And I want the viewers to leave the performance with a greater understanding of just the importance of women equality and why this political dance is so important. Thank you so much.